Good morning, beautiful peoples, and thank you for watching Paige of Stylez. For all my returning viewers, thank you very much for your continued support. And for you newcomers, hoping that you become returning viewers. So today, I'm going to bring to you weekly rotation number 5. Starting off on Monday, which was still pretty much a remnant of the summer. It was very hot that day. We took I took my stepson out with the family to go-kart racing for his birthday. I wanted something extremely fresh and sporty, and I just wanted to try something new that day. So for Monday, what I tried, what I actually didn't try, but what I wore was Royal Water by Creed, layered with Dior Homme Sport. To me, I wish it was in the summer before I thought about this, because this was a very highly successful layering. I did two Royal Water, two Dior Homme Sport. Got the sportiness from the Dior. I mean, it was definitely a citrus bomb. Um, it, Let me just go. So with the Creed Royal Water, you're going to get that blasted citrus up top. It do feel nice and refreshing, like you're spraying cold water on you. And with the Dior Homme Sport, you're definitely going to get more citrus. You're going to get like not too powdery touches over it. I actually got two compliments, both at the go kart spot, where the operator, it was a guy, but take them how they come, especially during COVID. He actually said I was smelling real good, and the lady, maybe his coworker, also stated that I was smelling good. So I mean, I felt like it was a success. Something I just thought about. I was gonna go with the Royal Water, but the Dior Home Square was just calling me like, "Hey, you haven't worn me in a while," so just layered it right on top. And once again, two compliments. So for Monday, which is not bad, Creed Royal Water and Dior Home Sport. For Tuesday, back to work. Um, Once again, it was pretty warm this week for it to be transitioning into fall. It wasn't warm as Monday, but I mean, couldn't complain. And I wanted to pull something out I haven't worn in a few weeks. So on Tuesday, I went with Chanel, Paris, Deauville. Here, once again, you're going to get the very, very bright citrus up top. You're going to get a light musk. Not sure if it has the Chanel aldehydes, but it did kind of get a little soapy during the dry down. To me, this is just a beautiful, beautiful scent. I mean, I wish the longevity was a tad bit better. I only got about 6 hours max with this. But once again, I don't mind reapplying. I don't mind topping up. And the good thing about these Chanel's, um, part of the Les O line, not too expensive. I paid like 80, I think 80 or 87 bucks with taxes and everything. So if I do exhaust this bottle, I'll definitely go back and be getting another one because I pretty much like that whole line. So for Tuesday, Chanel from the Les O line, Paris, Deauville. Wednesday, I went with one of my newer acquisitions from a last week haul from the House of Guerlain, Habit Rouge Low. This here, pretty much I had put a mask on when I bought this because it was definitely highway robbery. Getting something of this quality for $21.99 is not bad. I mean, you get a bright lemon citrus note. The dry down seems very classy. I don't have the original Hobby Rouge anymore, so I really couldn't do a comparison. But this right here, this is definitely underrated. Not talked about too often. This is something that I do wish I would have grabbed earlier this summer and was able to wear it more. But I can have it be an after shower or after the gym scent, during the fall and winter. So I'm able to experience pretty much this magical fragrance. Performance wasn't that bad on it. I did get, once again, around the 6 hour, 6.5 hour mark. This right here, I won't tell you to blind buy it because I blind buy 99.95%. But for $21.99, I don't think you can go wrong as well, as long as you do like, a citrus, classical cologne style. And once again, the dry down isn't too bad either. You are going to get this classical Guerlain feeling, some woods, light floral, doesn't get too powdery at any time, doesn't get too floral. I do know, or do believe, the opening is the best, but the whole experience of wearing it wasn't bad at all. So for Wednesday, it was Habit Rouge Low Guerlain. Guerlain makes some, I really haven't met too many Guerlains I don't like. So that's a good thing. For Thursday, I went with another recent acquisition from my last light haul, and that is from, I don't even know how to say this person's name, but Ermenegildo Zegna, and I went with Zegna Forte. This one is slowly growing on me as well. So once again, you're going to get, the citrus isn't too bright, not as bright as the ones I wore earlier this week, but this is a slept on fragrance as well. I mean, dry down isn't too generic. Pretty much it's a woodsy dry down, but this one came off a little bit more sweet in the dry down than the Habit Rouge or the Deauville, pretty much, or the Dior Sport. I mean, the dry down was like sweet woods. I didn't get too many florals. This actually smells very good. Now, this one I can transition into the fall with because it's a little bit heavier in the mid and base. Performance, almost 7 hours. Strong performance, or at least above average performance for 7 hours. I did, once again, reapply at that 7 hour mark. Almost 7 hours and 15 minutes is when I reapply. I keep notes on everything, especially when I know I'm going to speak on them. But this right here is a great fragrance. And then once again, this one was, I want to say $24.98. Not bad at all. So for Thursday, went with the House of Zegna, and it was Zegna Forte. On Friday, I went with, to me, if Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme, to me, is 1A in my collection. This is undoubtedly 1B from the House of Tom Ford. Beau de Jour. Beautiful, aromatic fougere, lavender, maybe some rosemary. To me, just from beginning to end, I love this stuff right here. And the good thing about it is it's light and airy enough for the summer and spring. This one also will be transitioning with me for the fall and winter, for the fact that I did wear it at the end of last winter in January, February, and March. And this actually cuts through, some of the cold as well, especially if you do work in a, air conditioned or controlled environment, temperature controlled environment. This is perfect right here. Performance, generally anywhere between that 7.5 to 8 hour mark. Projection is going to be strong for 2 hours. It will be just above average for that third hour and a half. This is just a beautiful scent. This is something that anybody who want to feel sophisticated, boss-like, special event during the summer, you wear it all white, graduation, weddings during the summer or fall. This is something that definitely can, pairs well with, anywhere between casual and formal attire. I mean, I don't generally give fragrances, 10s, but this and Zahara absolutely get a 9.5, 9.75 to me. Um, I just need to find, a little bit more events and occasions to wear this more often. But for Friday, Tom Ford, Beau de Jour, excellent pick. Kind of reminded me of why I love, wearing that fragrance, and I'm glad I bought it as soon as it came out. For Saturday, I went back to the House of Creed. It was pretty warm for like the first 2 hours of the day. Then it just became gloomy with overcast to where I probably should have chose to wear something else. But I mean, since I've already did it before, it became gloomy, rainy, and a lot of overcast. I decided to just to rock with it. And another one, once again, from the House of Creed, Himalaya. And this is an older bottle, 2.5 tester. I mean, I've wore this, quite a bit, this spring. Generally not to start off a day, but just when I just wanted to, stray from what I wore else, from what I started off wearing. Something I generally wore, especially did a lot of testing on it. This right here is definitely slept on up until Chris and Redolescence made their review, but you get tad bit of fruits at the top. You're definitely going to get like this mountain air type of feeling. It reminds me of something. I'm not sure if it has juniper berry in it, but just the way how the early part of the dry down comes off on my skin, it reminds me of several different fragrances. Just the one part I'm thinking about why I think it may have juniper berries in it. But this right here, excellent, especially if you just need something to smell good. 4 or 5.5 hours. You can always reapply. This is not at all a performance monster, but for that 5.5 hours, you're definitely going to smell pretty good. So for Saturday or yesterday, I went with Creed Himalaya. And for today, Sunday, when I started off after my morning shower and coffee, and this seems like this will maybe the last day of where we get above 75-degree weather, looking at our 10-day weather forecast. So I decided I wanted to do another layering of two historically weaker performing fragrances for me. And one come from the house of Tom Ford, the other one from the house of Acqua di Parma. First one is Soleil di Positano Acqua. And from the house of Acqua di Parma, it is Arancia di Capri. Pretty much the ratio was for every three sprays, pretty much three sprays. Because I'm not going to front, I did about 9 sprays of the Tom Ford Acqua di Positano, and pretty much 2 sprays of the Arancia di Capri. And what you're going to get with this combination is you're going to get a citrus / floral / suntanish vibe from the Acqua di Positano. And then when you layer that with this extremely photorealistic orange note, this smells so great put together. It's just sad that the performance on both of these on my skin is horribly lacking. For the Acqua di Positano, generally when I wear it alone, I get about maybe between 4 and 5 hours. That 5-hour mark is a stretch on my skin, but it does smell good, from the beginning blast of citruses to, that floral nature. It does really feel ultra refreshing, like you're just walking, around the countryside. Got the air, got flowers in the meadows. I mean, it's just great. And then with this is such a juicy orange, fragrance right here. This one generally only lasts on me about 4 hours as well, to where I have to reapply. So that's what made me just pretty much go with the layering today. Only thing I can say about them that will make them a lot better is if you can get, another hour and a half, 2 hours of performance on both of them, because you generally have to use a lot of juice when you're wearing these things to make them, you know, be pronounced as you may want it to be. But we're going to see today, since I did layer both and I did moisturize my skin, we'll see how long, it lasts. So there we have it. We have my weekly rotation for week number 5. Let me know what you wore this week down in the comments if you're watching this, or if you have a problem, or if you have, similar tastes, let me know that as well. Once again, I would like to thank y'all very much for watching the Paige of Stylez. I know I took a week off just to get life situated. My house that was bequeathed to me, I had to, start repairing on, because I'm going to, keep that in the family for another generation or two. If you find the content to be informative and or entertaining, please like, comment, and subscribe. And ring the bell for future, notifications of content. I won't be taking another week off anytime soon. Just had to get life together, which I know a lot of y'all may have had experience. Sometimes responsibilities come first and everything else comes second. But other than that, in the meanwhile, let's grow and evolve together. In this book of life, turn to the Paige of Stylez. Y'all be blessed and walk in peace.